Bonjour, it's Théo. I'm in a little park in the 15th arrondissement in Paris and it's really calm. A few weeks ago I made a Q&A video and I asked you to ask me some questions. One of the questions was, how do you finance your life in Paris? And I think it's a good start for this video to talk about what is the real life of the influencer world. How it means to be influencer and how do I make money with the influence on Instagram, TikTok and also YouTube. I think many people have fake allegations, like fake ideas about the influence. It's not like the show business, Hollywood, everyone is famous and extremely rich. It's not really like that. It's more like something that is kind of a small entrepreneurship, and I wanted to discuss about that in this video. By the way, if you have any questions about the influence, share them in the comments. I will make other videos to talk about that if you want. And if you don't know me, my name is Théo. I make videos to talk about Paris and the French way of life on Instagram and TikTok, and now on YouTube. I make one video every single day on YouTube since April the 1st, and I will keep this habit to make one video every day until I need some vacation. I will see. It's been like more than 2 years that I'm full-time influencer. I was a student before in cinema studies in college, and then I started to make videos more intensely, more professionally on Instagram and TikTok after years of trying to be successful on YouTube. And I created French Guy Théo at the end of 2021, and it worked well, and now it's my full-time job. I have multiple sources of income. I make money first with the sponsor. Some of my videos on Instagram especially, it's always written in the caption when I'm sponsored. But it can be difficult to find sponsor when you are like me, like French, living in France, but speaking in English, so talking to other countries. Like usually you will find sponsor for your own country. It can be difficult to find international sponsor. The brands in France want to talk to French people especially. And I'm talking worldwide. I'm talking to the international. So it was a bit difficult at first. So when I started to be full-time on my content and I wanted to make a living out of my passion, I also created some guides and maps of the city. I created some ebooks, some maps of Paris to share my favorite restaurant and my favorite places, so to help you guys to visit my city. And I started to sell it online on my own website, like creating my own business. But I was not really business type, you know. It was not my thing 100%. I'm more creative, I'm more a content creator. I had like this business with the guides and the maps and the content creation. But when I was trying to sell my guides and my maps on my videos, it was weird for me to do that. Because I think I'm more an artist or a content creator, and I wanted to make a living just with my videos and not with making other products. Or maybe some books, some art, but not like just practical products like the guides. But for 2 years, it was one of my sources of income to sell guides and maps of Paris online, besides doing some brand partnership. To give you more information about the brand partnerships, I made some collaboration, some sponsor with brands that were like apps to learn the language, like to learn French, or apps to help people to visit Paris, and also with brands that are in Paris, like the Galeries Lafayette, for example. I made a video with them a few months ago. But the problem I had is that I was making a lot of videos about the restaurant and the food in Paris. The restaurant, I just love to try them, but usually they don't have any money to do partnerships. And the big part of my Instagram was trying restaurants, and they were not paying anything. But since a few weeks now, I started to do some partnership with the restaurants to see if some restaurant can also sponsor the video. And it's a good thing also for me, because I started also to make videos and to be paid for making videos, and I'm really happy for that. Of course, I don't do it with every restaurant because some restaurant doesn't have any budget, and I just do it with restaurants that I really love, because if I'm paid to make a video, of course I will be like positive, but it's always restaurant that I already like. It's important to find the balance, to be honest, to make money, and to still have a good ethic, you know, in your business. So I'm only talking good about things that I love. And if I don't like a restaurant, if I don't like something, I don't talk about it. So for the sources of income, I have the brand partnerships. The restaurant also, sometimes they are paying me. I can make some collaboration with them. I have the guides. Even if I don't do any new guides or maps of the city, you can still find them on my website, frenchguytheo.com. The link is in the description. And also, I'm starting to make money with the YouTube ads revenue. You can have a part of the money from the advertisement around your video, and it starts to make a little bit of money. Like YouTube, I'm earning like 400 euros from YouTube. So it's just the start of my channel, and I'm still making a little bit. So it's still really good. it's not paying the rent, but it's a really good start. And I think that YouTube is really encouraging as a platform because you're making long videos, people are really involved, you are involved in the videos, and also you get paid. Even with a little bit of views, you get paid. So I think it's a really good platform for that. To get back to the first question, how do I finance my life in Paris? You had an idea of all the different sources of income that I have. All the restaurants that I do on videos, usually I'm not paying for the restaurant. I have some press invitation. So you get a free meal and you just do whatever you want. You can do content if you want, you can not do content if you don't like it. You are really free and the restaurant doesn't have anything to say about your content. It's just like a press invitation, and it was at first for the journalist. When you are reading in the newspaper a critic for a restaurant or for a movie or for any type of cultural stuff, usually the person who wrote the critic was invited to try it. Invited for the opening of the restaurant or invited for a press meal, and usually they don't pay for that, but it's not like a brand partnership because you don't have any money from that, you have just a free meal. But it's also a good way for me to finance my life in Paris because I can have free meals to make videos. If I love the restaurant, I can make a video. Because if I was paying for all the restaurants I'm trying in video, it would be too difficult. Really, really expensive at the end. I think this is one of the best things about the influence. When you start as an influencer, even if you don't make a lot of money at first, you can get invited to many, many places. I got invited to the US Embassy in France, for example. Some places that were really difficult to reach will open their door for you because you have your own media. And I think that it's really encouraging because when you are signing something with your name, when you are the owner of something, of a project, of a media, of a YouTube channel or an Instagram page, you will be seen as someone interesting also. You can access things that were not made for you. And I think that being an influencer can also help you to get higher in the social ladder, to connect with more people, to network, to have more opportunities. Like for example, I have a lot of dreams to make movies, to write books, and I know that I will reach people to help me for that because I'm an influencer. So I really encourage you to try something online and to try to make content online because it can open many doors, even with just a few hundreds or a few thousands followers. I know some of my friends that have just a few thousand followers and they had the opportunity to interview famous people, to be invited in really good places. I'm filming right now, I'm like laying down on the bench. I love this life. A good thing also about the entrepreneurship in France is that we have something called the micro-entreprise, the micro-company. It's like a status. You don't have to get like an accountant or a lawyer or many administrative stuff to open that. It's a company where you're alone. It's like a solo company, and you can't get more than 72k a year. If you get higher than that, you have to open a real company. But if you open a micro-entreprise in France, you can have a status that lets you make a lot of stuff because it's not really difficult with the administrative stuff. And in France, we know that the administration can be really annoying. So to just give you a recap of all my sources of income, I have the brand partnerships, the restaurants that are also sponsoring me, sometimes not all the restaurants, the ad revenue from YouTube, and also the guides and maps of Paris that I created. Even if I don't create any new maps right now, it's still available on our website. Don't hesitate to share with me in the comments if you have any questions about the influencer world. I will make other videos about being an influencer, sharing my life in Paris, because I think it's an important subject right now to also be transparent and to show that it's not always easy, it's not always like the big cars and the money, it's not really like that. It's more down to earth than you think. Tell me in the comments if you have any questions. And I think it's the end of this video in this beautiful park. If you want to explore Paris and discover the French way of life, you can subscribe to this YouTube channel. I post every single day, so see you tomorrow.